Hello learners and viewers, welcome to another studio. This is live with EVS program of Environmental Science in the course of IOS. As we know that developmental activities like construction of buildings and transportations and manufacturing of goods not only deplete our natural resources but also produce large amount of waste in the form of garbage and air pollution. So that leads to pollution of air, water and soil and oceans too. The resultant is global warming and acid rains too. So untreated or improperly treated waste is a major cause of pollution of rivers and environmental degradation that causing ill health and loss of productivity. So during this program we will discuss about major causes of pollution, their effects on environment, and various measures can be taken to control such pollutions. And this is lesson number 10, environmental pollution of module contemporary environmental issues of environmental science, dispatch 1. I am Nilam Gupta, course coordinator of environmental science. Welcome you all in this program. So during this program we will discuss about what is pollution, various types of pollution, their causes, control and its effect, and different pollutants. Also we will discuss about different pollutants causing pollution. So first we would like to introduce what is environmental pollution or pollution. Basically it's just we can say addition of harmful undesirable substances into the environment as a result of human activities, and this is known as pollution or environmental pollution. So environmental pollution is one of the greatest problems that are facing all around the globe today, and it will not be wrong to say that industrial revolution is needed, the main reason behind environmental pollution. So when we talk about the developmental activities like construction, manufacturing products and transportation, these are the root cause of the pollution, and these all activities are man-made activities. Why? Because of fast population growth, rapid urbanization, excessive industrialization and use of pesticides in agriculture to fulfill the need of growing population. So as I have said before, what is pollution? Pollution means is the addition of unwanted and harmful substances into the environment, thereby not cause only health hazards but also causing harm to agriculture, environment and our livestock too. So the most important thing that comes to our mind is what are these unwanted harmful substances that are so dangerous for our environment. So how do we define harmful undesirable substances? It may be physical, chemical or biological, which are unintentionally released into the environment, and these are called pollutant. So their addition to the environment makes the soil, water, air and other natural resources degraded or harmful or unfit for humans and other living organisms too, and they are also responsible for the loss of our crop productivity. So this is the pollution model. When pollutants are transported by air and or water, they enter into the environment, and when they enter in the environment they build up in the environment, and or maybe they assimilated by the environment, and when they build up in the environment or assimilated they causes damage. So pollutants may adversely affect, as we already said, soil, water, air, crop productivity and other natural resources too. So when we talk about the types of environmental pollutants, they may be persistent pollutants or non-persistent pollutants. Persistent pollutants are chemicals that remain in the environment for extended period, resist degradation and can accumulate in living organisms, posing a threat to human health and ecosystem too. These pollutants, often referred to as forever chemicals, are typically organic and can be either made up, man-made or natural. In case of non-persistent pollutants, this is also known as the biodegradable pollutants, are substances that can be easily broken down by natural processes like decomposition or microbial activities. Examples include sewage, paper products and vegetable waste. So this is, we have classified persistent pollutant and non-persistent pollutant. Now we come to the types of pollutant again in the form of primary pollutant and secondary pollutants. So, and pollutants can be classified as primary and secondary pollutant and biodegradable and non-biodegradable pollutants. First we will talk about primary pollutants. They are the pollutants those which after their formation enter the environment and remain as such. We can take examples when nitric oxide formed by the bacterial decay or by lightning flashes resulting into combination of nitrogen and oxygen in the air becomes a pollutant if present in excessive amount. Similarly, oxides of sulfur, oxides of nitrogen are also known as primary pollutants. In case of secondary pollutants, they are the pollutants, those harmful material which are formed by chemical reaction between the primary pollutant in the atmosphere or hydrosphere. Example, hydrocarbons. When we talk about the biodegradable and non-biodegradable, as we know, biodegradable pollutants can be broken down naturally by microorganisms, and non-biodegradable pollutants persist in the environment and don't decompose easily. We can take examples of biodegradable like organic waste as food scraps and yard waste, while non-biodegradable pollutants include plastics, metals and some chemicals. So we can say that these pollutants are responsible for causing different kinds of pollution. So now we come to know what are these different types of pollutions. So we know there are so many types of pollutions: air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, radiation pollution, noise pollution and thermal pollution is another yet one. So many pollutions have already been added into the environment, like we can include major forms. We know water, air, noise, litter, plastic pollution, soil contamination, radioactive contamination, thermal pollution, light pollution and visual pollution too. So these are the different types of pollutions we have already told you. So let us now we will talk about causes and ill effects of each type of pollution. First, let me begin first with air pollution. So air pollution, we can define air pollution when addition of pollutants into the environment or atmosphere in such a concentration that may have an adverse effect either directly or indirectly on human beings, animals and vegetation. Suspended particulate matters and gaseous pollutants are the main cause of air pollution. Pollutant of air pollution, it may be, as we already said, but suspended particulate matter and gaseous particulate matter, gaseous pollutants. Suspended particulate matter or SPM is also known as so called because these pollutants remain suspended in air for a long time of period. Their size ranges from 0.001 micrometer to 500 micrometer in diameter, and particles are less than 10 micrometer float and move freely with the air current. Particles which are more than 10 micrometer in diameter settle down into the bottom, whereas those less than 0.0 micrometer forms persistent aerosols. Suspended particulate matter consists of smoke, soot, fly ash, dust particles, particles of lead, silica, asbestos, cement, grit. They are all included in the category of suspended particulate matter. So look at the figure. They are different types of suspended particulate matter. Fly ash are also given out mostly by thermal power plants as a byproduct of coal burning. Besides causing harm to soil and vegetation, fly ash may cause heavy metal pollution in water bodies. Fly ash is now being used for making bricks and also is used as a landfill material. So lead and other materials too are suspended particulate matter that causes air pollution. Tetraethyl lead is an anti-lock agent in petrol for smooth running of vehicles. The lead particles coming out from the exhaust pipes of vehicles gets mixed up with air and causes air pollution. Lead mixed with water and food can create cumulative poisoning and have long-term effect in children. So oxides of iron, aluminium, manganese, zinc and other metals affect the physiological, biochemical, reproductive and developmental disorders in plants. During mining operations and metallurgical processes, these metals can get disposed on the plant as dust. So this is different type of gaseous pollutants. So gases that cause air pollution are nitrogen oxide, sulfur dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, hydrogen fluoride, methane, chlorofluorocarbon, unburnt hydrocarbon, examples benzene and ethylene, and many more. Having talked about the various causes of air pollution, let us talk about the various sources of air pollution. So sources of air pollution can be both natural sources as well as human-made sources. Natural sources included volcanic activity that releases sulfur dioxide and particulate matter, forest fire which produces carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide and nitrogen oxide. Lightning also produces nitrous oxide. Anaerobic decomposition of bacteria produces nitrogen oxide and sulfur dioxide. So anthropogenic sources of air pollution or human-made air pollution are smoke, photochemical smoke, radioactive elements, pesticides, heavy metals, automobiles and industries. Why do we want to study air pollution? Answer is because it is harming our body in many ways. So let us know what are the ill effects of air pollution. So you can see this is human body and all type of air pollution impact our health in our brain, lungs, kidney, liver, skin. So as you know or as you see in the figure, most of the body parts are affected. Health effect of pollution: carbon dioxide, particulate matter, ozone, sulfur oxides of sulfur and nitrogen, lead and volatile organic compounds. They are the main component of air pollution, water pollution and soil pollution. So we will discuss about some impact which we are faces. When we expose pollutions So we feel respiratory problems when we face this air pollution. Respiratory particulate matter causes breathing problem and allergic cold, aggravates asthma and bronchitis in patients, causing lung disorder too. Pollutant gases causes irritation in eye, throat and lungs. Liver, kidney, spleen and nervous system too are affected. Also causes gastroenteritis. This is a cause of water pollution. Heart-related diseases tend to increase nowadays. So gases or pollutants are not only affect our health, but they also harm our plants too. Many people tend to develop terminal ailment such as cancers. Hydrocarbon vapors, besides damaging the internal organ, also causes cancer and interferes with the development of red blood cells. So effect of air pollutant on plants we can see in the slide. First, degeneration of chlorophyll causing chlorosis in plants, felling of tree leaves, reduced growth, mottling on plant means yellow spots on plants, and low productivity in plants, and in severe cases death of the plant. So air pollution is also responsible for two major ecological problems we are facing, that is greenhouse effect and ozone hole. So this is greenhouse effect. In this slide you can see the greenhouse effect. Some of the solar radiations pass through the atmosphere. About half of the solar radiations are absorbed by the Earth's surface, and some of the incoming solar radiations are reflected back from the Earth's surface as infrared radiations, which have a lower energy than solar radiations. So infrared radiations that are trapped by the Earth's surface cannot pass through the atmospheric gases like carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, water vapor and chlorofluorocarbons. These radiations are converted into heat energy, which brings about the warming of the lower atmosphere. So the increase in carbon dioxide in the atmosphere intensify the greenhouse effects and leads to global warming, or we can say an increase in the temperature of the earth. Second major impactor is hole in the ozone layer. The other, as we say, the other ecological threat posed by air pollution is ozone hole, and this slide talks about ozone layer and its depletion. So we know that ozone layer is very important for the existence of life on earth because it absorbs most of the harmful ultraviolet radiations of the earth, preventing them from reaching the earth. So I am sure that all we know that ultraviolet radiations are very harmful to our body and may be one of the cause of skin cancer. Sunburn, eye effects like cataract and reduced productivity of plants. This is the impact of the ozone hole. Here are some other ill effects of the ultraviolet radiations too. In 1985, Farman et al. Found that the ozone layer has thinned out over Antarctica. Chlorofluorocarbons or CFCs, nitrogen oxide, methyl bromide and chlorine are some of the ozone depleting substances. Chlorofluorocarbons are compounds used in refrigerator as a coolant. They are also used in the fire extinguisher, in cleaning solvent and aerosol sprays. When these are released into the atmosphere, they react with the ozone gas present in the ozone layer and completely destroyed it. So more ultraviolet radiations of the sun reaches our earth. Actually what is happening is that the chlorine present in the CFCs on reaching the ozone layer splits the ozone molecule to form ozone, thereby reducing the amount of the ozone. So reduction of ozone umbrella or ozone shield is known as ozone hole. So we know that the sources of air pollution. We also know that ill effect of the air pollution. So the control and prevention in our own hand. So air pollution cannot be fully prevented, but it can be controlled. So let us know how can we reduce air pollution. So now we will discuss about how to control pollution. So we can do what we can do to control pollution. Making sustainable food choices, recycling, reusing and reducing waste, making sustainable energy resources or choices, keep chemicals away from water bodies and make sustainable transportation choices. And this can be followed by yourself as well as we have to educate others to follow these to control the air pollution. Second most important is the waste management, and in this slide you can see that the most favorite waste management is prevention and the least favored is disposal of waste by storing or burning waste. Reuse and recycling of waste material is an effective way of reducing air pollution. So our aim is to reduce or aim of the waste management is to get the maximum practical benefit from product with minimum amount of waste generation. So foremost is prevention of air pollution. How can we do that? So minimize the emission of pollutant at sources only, which means selection of suitable good quality fuel like use of low sulfur coal in power plants, use of CNG in public and personal transport, use of electric vehicles. This is nowadays it is emphasized. In short, use of cleaner eco-friendly fuel at home. So we are using LPG or PNG gases. In power plants and industries we are using very eco-friendly fuels too. Selection of suitable site for industrial use and operational changes, which means employing eco-friendly industrial processing units too. Installing devices in industries that will reduce the release of pollutants like gravitational settling chambers, filters, electrostatic precipitators, scrubbers, inertial collectors, to name a few. There are many more. Use of tall chimneys reduces air pollutant at ground level. There should be a thorough management of combustion operations and proper monitoring of emission sources. Industries which pollute the environment should be closed down. Besides industrial regulation, even vehicular pollution needs to be controlled, and the best way to control vehicular pollution would be walk or ride on a bicycle whenever and wherever possible. Use public transport like bus, train or metro or subway. Whatever is available in your place you live, you can take advantage of the time to relax, read or catch up with the news. Instead of doing your errands over a span of few days, do them on a single day. Carpool to school or to workplace, and most important is to get a regular maintenance. Work done for your vehicle. Use pollution free vehicles that run on electricity or CNG. Some of the other preventive controls measures are prevention of burning of solid waste, tree planting to reduces air pollution, so plants more and more of trees and have a green belt areas whenever possible. Eliminate deforestation, limit fossil fuel use, invest in alternative renewable energy strategies like the use of solar energy, wind energy and geothermal energy. Phase out the use of chlorofluorocarbons. Use energy efficient lighting, use energy efficient air appliances, segregation of waste, pre-treatment at source, sterilization of rooms will help in checking indoor pollution. Last but not the least, disposal of waste should be done in a scientific waste. So some of the important modes of waste disposal are recycling, preparation of compost, incineration, landfill and sewage treatment. So this is all about environmental air pollution. So what we have discussed during this program, we will sum up in a form of what you have learned. Nature's components such as air, water, forest and fisheries are resources exploited by humans. The root cause of pollution is the fast population growth, rapid urbanization, excessive industrialization and use of pesticides in agriculture. Pollutants are agents which are directly or indirectly responsible for environmental pollution. Air, water, soil, noise, radiation and thermal pollutions are the different types of pollution of real concern. Air pollution is the result of industrial and certain domestic activities. SPM and certain gases like carbon dioxide, oxides of nitrogen and sulfur are air pollutant. Air pollution not only harms our body and cause various disorders, it also affects the growth and development of plants too. Use of cleaner fuel like biogas, CNG, PNG prevent air pollution. Segregation of waste, pre-treatment at source, sterilization of rooms help in checking indoor pollution. Prevention and control of industrial pollution can be reduced by using cleaner fuel, filters, electrostatic precipitator, inertial collector and scrubber. Use of CFCs cause damage to the ozone layer, causing thinning of the ozone layer called ozone hole over the Arctic and Antarctic region, and increase in global temperature or heating effect by greenhouse gases known as greenhouse effect. So this is all about what we have discussed, is what is pollution, what are different types of pollutant and causes, how can we prevent and control air pollution. So we will come again to meet you in new program of environmental science. Till then, goodbye and thank you.
प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने। जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को